We're using last week's Friday freebie, and we're making a flip book, a one-page wonder with inserts. So watch for the full tutorial and details for our mini challenge in the challenge 3.126. Starting right now. Hi everybody, it's Julie. I'm going to combine two videos today because we missed our Friday freebie. So I'm going to be working with the Friday freebie. I have out this, well, it was still out. So this Tim Holtz paper pad. And so this is the Friday freebie. It's available at patreon.com/DearJulieJulie. It is in the free section. But you can become a member over at Patreon, and there's some other digitals waiting for you there, as well as if you're in the free section, there's a whole lot of freebies over there. So do come and check that out. And yeah, so today is also, we're going to be doing our mini challenge in the challenge. So you're going to want a 12 by 12 paper. I am using this because it is double-sided, which I think is wonderful. It is Tim Holtz Paper Stash. Paper Stash. I think that Dapper is what it's called. It's Dapper. And I think I'm going to use this one that has the measuring on it, because I might be able to use this in my journal or in another journal. Okay, so you notice that I picked the one that is in 4 6x6 pieces. I think that that is going to be wonderful for what I want to do. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and fold this way. The colors are perfect actually for my journal. So your mini challenge in the challenge, if you are doing the challenge for the month, it does not have to go in your journal. This is our separate gift component, but it can go in your journal if you want it to. Okay? So okay. Okay. Okay, so I've folded it this way and I've folded it this way. Okay, now I'm going to come in and I am going to go ahead. I'm going to cut this. Do you guys remember flip books? Did you ever make a flip book? We used to make flip books for our, okay, there's that. When I used to do, okay, so we've cut this here. So flip books, when I used to do Happy Mail, which is how I started doing what I do. Now this one, you're going to come in with a diagonal. Okay, come in with a diagonal, and I'm going to cut my diagonal. Okay, I'm going to cut mine. You can leave yours down there as a flip if it works. My people were upside down. I don't like upside down people. So, okay. Now, the other thing I need to remember is that my journal is only 5.5 inches So I'm going to be cutting mine down. Okay, you can go ahead and keep yours, but I'm going to cut mine so that it fits inside my journal. Okay, so I'm going to put, I should have cut it earlier. Okay, what I want to see is this way. If I go to 5.5, I can go further. I can go to 5. I just didn't want to cut off the dress shirts. Okay. If I go to 4.5, I'd cut off dress shirts. So we'll go back to 5 inches. Okay. Okay. Now you might have to cut, I have to cut this a little bit so that it will fold down. And you can use your cutter if you're afraid of your cutting. Okay. Okay, so that's going to come across. And that's going to be, okay, I'm going to have a diagonal pocket there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut this off. I'll save that. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and glue this down, okay? So we're making the base, and I'm making this up as I go. Sometimes I do that. I have an idea in my head, but okay. One, two, three, but it looks so big. I'm like, I better check and make sure that I'm still in the right size. Okay, so that's going to give us a tuck, and it'll come down here. And then this can go around that way, or kind of like the idea of it coming around this way and being a closure over on this side. Okay. Okay, so. Okay. And then you see I've got a little bit, it's a little bit long. Okay, so this opens, this flips up, okay, and it opens. So you've got all that going on, and you still have another one of these. I'm thinking since I messed, since we're losing that that maybe we could go ahead and use this. Okay, I like that. Use your scraps. We don't want to have them left. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put glue over there. I'm going to leave a little bit of a edge on it. Okay, I'm going to turn it over and let this go. Okay. Okay, so that's what we've got happening so far. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay out this. I printed one on cardstock that I already have cut out. Okay, so these are the pieces that I have cut out. I have my words. I have, and this is the Bible verse, let your hope keep you joyful, be patient in your troubles, and pray at all times. Now, for the last, I believe it's been at least a year, I have been adding a Bible verse to almost all the Friday freebies. So, yeah, so you will find those in there. Okay. And then we have these that can be cut out with your postage scissors, your zigzag scissors, or you can rip them and make them into like stamps. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. So you could make this flip into a card, this little flip book that we're making could be a card. You could put a gift card in it. That might be kind of fun if you are giving it to a paper crafty person. You could fill it like a folio. So this is one of my favorite things to do. Now, if you have pieces like this and they're closer together, you can go ahead and take them and put them on top of or mount them on top of a white paper and make stamps, or you can just use them as they are. Okay. Yeah, so you've got three different sizes. You've got these here, you've got these, and then you have the little ones. Of this week's images. This one actually says with Easter wishes. This one's birthday, best, and then happy days be yours. So any of those, you could take them and put them right onto a card and have a card. Wouldn't that be perfect? That would be perfect. Okay, today we're going to be doing a few different things. I was wondering if I had a card, just like a plain old course not. Of course not. Okay. Okay, bone folder might be good here. If I can get it out. This one got yes glue on it. Oh, it can finally come off. It's chipping all the way. But I had used it and then I couldn't get it off. That was a long time ago. Oh well, I'll keep getting it off later. Sorry about that. I do get distracted. Okay. Okay, so that opens. This one opens up. Okay, so I think I want to do the cover first. And I have the beautiful rose. I think I'm going to want to put that on top of something. $80 million papers and not a single one that I can use, right? Well, if we went with the smaller one, I have Project Life cards. Of course, we could do this, and that could help hold that. Nah. Okay. That might be a better way of doing it. Making that a flap. Okay. We have, I'm gonna ink. I know, I'm shocked too. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. So this is a Project Life card that I have here. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Okay, so this is a 3x5, or 3x4, excuse me, 3x4 card. So you could cut that out of something that you have and then add it to the front. I kind of want a little bit of the yellow to help hold it down. Okay, so using my art glitter glue. Because it will dry fast. Okay. And then especially holding down that one side. Okay, so a 3x4 piece, and then adding a, oh, you can do this just like I'm doing it. You'll have one. Okay, so this will open, and then just put it back under. Okay. And this is our little goodie. Okay. Now you can do it the other way. Have your 3x4 card and then have a card on it this way. I think this is going to be better. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and, yeah, should have, well, at least the Tim Holtz stuff is usually inked pretty good. I'll just ink these two areas. Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking up here, I want to put the rose, and I am going to make it into another little pocket. I'm going to fussy cut, but kind of a rough fussy cut. Okay. Okay, and that can go right on there as a tuck. So this will be a double angle tuck here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take the Easter wishes off. Put that there. Okay. I'm in my drawer, my little drawer over here, looking for that could go on there. Yeah, I think we'll put that. Okay, so using these, the little cards, you could leave the Easter part on it. Go ahead and put this down. We're going to make a little matchbook. So there is journaling space here. Okay. Put that right on there. And they also have journaling space on the back. And you can decide, you know, do you want to put it in here or in here? Okay. So one of the things you can do is just fill up with things to give to your paper loving friend. Okay. Okay, so our base is made. That's the part of the mini challenge in the challenge, is making the base and then adding from one of the pieces, you're going to add your other 2 pieces. Okay. And then let's see. I want to add something different. Oh, I know. So up here, underneath all the file folder pieces, I have this. Do I have any numbers in this? I haven't looked at it in a while. There's a random T. And nope, no numbers. I was... Well, again, I'm going to grab some numbers. I'll be right back. Okay, I found some dusty okay. These are old dots, close to my heart stamps. And I'm going to get out the 5. And there's a $sign, but I don't see a cent sign, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just put them on those. Okay. Let's go ahead. Okay. So should we add the rows? Cut down the white a little bit. Okay, so this can go right up here. That gives you a spot you can write on. Okay. And then over here, this has the words from the "Let your hope keep you joyful. Be patient in your troubles. Pray at all times." That's your back. So I wonder if you... Okay, so... that comes around. So that's up. Okay. I'm wondering if we can make a belly band here. So build a belly band is what we're going to call this. Let's go ahead and give it a little floof. So build a belly band. We're going to start with this piece here. Sometimes we build a pocket, which we could build a pocket because, yeah, we're going to build a pocket, okay? So for build a pocket, we're going to go ahead and put this on. We're going to build a pocket. If we were building a belly band, it's different. But we'll build a pocket. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to go ahead and get this one inked also. Okay, and bring her to this side. Okay, and okay, we're going to go, for the pocket part, we're going to go down and across. Okay. Down and across. Okay, now on the other side, we're going to add her. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and ink it so that it's not so white. Okay, and on this one, we're going to put glue on this side and across this side. And that is going to close up our pocket. Okay, close up our pocket. I'm going to go ahead and also add this one. Actually, no, I'm not. Now, the thing is you could go ahead and put this little something in there because of the way that we did that. Kind of like that. Looks like it's part of the pocket, but it can slide out. Again, go ahead and add things in this pocket. Okay. So you have your build a pocket using 3 items or more to build your pocket. You're going to make a stamp. Let's cancel that because, you know, we like to cancel. Probably should have done the 5 in black, but I didn't. Okay. So I have a stamp mounted and always ready to be canceled like that. Okay, so this might be harder to use as a closure than I thought. Why? Oh well. Okay, so I have that, and that. It's not like it's going to get opened 80 million times, right? Could go ahead and, yeah, that might be a good idea. Let that be that. Sometimes yeah, I'm not going to keep that as the closure. I'm disappointed in that. You can change things. Did you know that? You can change things when you're making junk journals. You can go, yeah, I don't like that. Change your mind. There we go. Okay. So what if we just tie it with something? That's probably what I'm going to do. Okay, so we did a little panel thing here on the front, which I really like. I like that. Okay. I kind of like her in there. I think she looks good in there. Okay, I'm going to grab a card. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a card. These are the, you remember the packages of cards that we used to get at Michael's for a really good price? Get that whole box of cards. Okay. Okay, there's that. I don't like her on there. Oh, I found something that can go possibly in here. Oh. Well, it can get folded. Okay, so just find something wonderful to go that you like to go in the pockets. But I'll give you what we're making. So the card is something that you're making. You're gonna add a panel to a card. Okay, so the matchbook mounted. Then this one is mounted. If you're doing the challenge, you know that that's one of the things that we're doing in the challenge. So this is double mounted onto a card. Okay. think we're going to put this one in here. It'll, let's see which one it'll fit in better. It'll fit in this one. Okay, we do still have a pocket. I want it in here, so. There goes the glue. Glue down. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay. There's that. Remember, I like to use all my scraps if I can. Okay. Okay, now I think we'll use this one. Gotta refill the thing every once in a while. Okay. Okay, we used her. We've got this here. I think this will be fine. Just like this. Oh, make sure it's right side up. Unless you're doing it from a bottom tuck. Okay, so that give us a card there. Come down here. Gonna add a pocket. Okay. Okay. So I have started a box over here of strips, okay? Because, you know, I'm always needing strips. Okay, I'm going to take that strip, put the box back over there, and see. Okay, so we're looking for a closure. I think we got one. I think we got one. Okay, I could. Yeah, we're going to do it on this. So let's go ahead and put this on. Okay. Okay. Whoop. Okay. I'm going to go inside. Okay, so ta-da! We're going to make a paper clip, and that will be our closure. I am going to pull out the fabric tack because it will go around the gel, will go around the paper clip better than our glitter glue. Okay. Go ahead, put that on. Okay, then we'll go ahead and close it. This is a hidden paper clip because you see, you can't see the actual paper clip. It is in there, but you can't see it. Okay. Somehow I ended up with glue. Okay. This is going to be my closure. Okay. I like it because it just like becomes part of it. It's not super thick, so that's good. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we'll go ahead and put our leftover pieces in here. Okay, so I have those two. Okay, so we go lift that up, pull that over. And then you have the words, and if you're not putting them in, you can go ahead and put the words in as a gift also. And let's see. Okay, so we've got this piece and this piece. We're going to go ahead and set this aside for a minute because we still have this. Okay. Well, so we could have used this for our paper clip also. Could make another paper clip. This just will help that look a little more finished, I think. Could have this also be a pocket, because I love pockets and I cannot lie. Okay, I've got this little goodie. So, yeah, so this week, I mean, the Friday freebie gives you some great alternatives for things to use for Easter, for birthday, for any. And some quick cards that you can make. Yeah, I was making that a card, but we'll mount all those pieces onto here. See, that drives me crazy. I've got little holders up here for all my glues because glue just falling over drives me crazy. Okay. Okay. We have this little piece. Would I be giving you another way to put something in here? Of course. So with this little piece that I cut off because I needed this to be smaller, remember I cut mine so that it'll fit into my journal. It doesn't have to. And mine might not go in my journal. There we go. Okay, go like this. After you've just put away as much stuff that was scraps as I have, you probably want to use up as many scraps as you can. Okay. Okay, so paper clip or hidden paper clip. Okay, so you're going to take a 12 by 12 paper, 12 by 12 paper, and go ahead and put this on here. So 12 by 12 paper, and make your base. Okay, make your base like I made mine. Yes, just like I made mine. And you need a cover panel. Okay, so you're gonna cut it at 5 inches, and then this one. So remember, I had the 3 pieces, and I cut this piece out, and I made it into my 2 tucks. So a tuck and a tuck. Okay, so you're going to have your 3 pieces that are 6 inches. On this side, you're going to cut off 1 inch. You're going to cut this piece off. You're going to make your 2 triangle tucks, and so watch the video on how we did that. So you're going to have your 2 triangle tucks. Then you'll cut this piece off, and that was the piece I just put on the back of that paper clip. Okay, so what you'll have is this will be a flip up. Okay, flip up. And then this piece is going to come over. Remember, you only cut down to 5 inches on one side so that you'll have your fold over piece. You're going to make a cover panel, and I did the small piece and then a project life card. You're going to do a build-a-pocket. Use your from the inch that you cut off, you'll be able to make a tuck spot here. Now you can put, like, if your paper, if it's busy on this side, then put this over here and put this over here. This gives you a place that you can write. Okay, so build a pocket, and I added a card in the build a pocket. I added a note paper. I added the words, and I did make a little card out of the Easter card. Okay, this comes back over. You're going to make a card with a double mounted item on the front, And you can use a card that's already made. Remember, I did have to cut my card for it to fit in here so that it will close. Okay. And then this, you want to have some type of corner tuck that you've got there. Your other, you're going to make a matchbook mounted, a mounted matchbook tag, and then a simple tag with a stamp on the top. Okay, and then you can put, and then a paper clip, hidden paper clip as your closure, because that works the easiest. And so this is our gift component for this month. And yeah, so then if you need to make an envelope, you can use your envelope punch board, make an envelope, or find one that's close to the right size. There we go. I think it's fun and pretty simple. So there you go. And if you want to see other flip books, I used to make them. They were pretty crazy. Washi taping pieces together. This is also what they call a one-page wonder, where you're able to make the base out of a 12 by 12 paper. I think this is fun. And it is something that can go into my journal. You know, it does match my stuff, and I was able to use another Tim Holtz paper. So, yeah, so this will be able to go in. I might have to make something special to hold it in there. So, yeah, this is what you've seen me make so far for my... and then a couple things that I found that I thought would match when I was cleaning, decluttering. I do have some things that will be going into a sale, because I found several things that I have more than one or way more than enough. And so watch for that coming soon. And yeah, so also we have a new Pearl Patreon. So welcome, new Pearl Patreon. And that is exciting. Exciting. It's keeping me busy. It's keeping me busy. Okay. So this was our mini challenge in the challenge for March. Okay. At the same time, I chose to use my Friday freebie from last Friday, because we were having a great grandbaby. Shelly had baby Kate on Friday. And Jeff had a CAT scan. So our day was very busy, and I was not able to be here live. So the Friday freebie is available at patreon.com/DearJulieJulie. And we did use this to make our little flip book. Okay, so one more time. You're going to make the base, okay, just like I made mine. Start with a 12 by 12. Cut the inch off. Pick one of your panels that you're going to use as your triangle pockets, triangle tucks. Okay. And then one piece of your inch can get put on here, and that is your base. Okay, so your triangle tucks and your 1 inch piece here are your base. Cut out all your pieces of whatever you're using. Then you're going to make your build-a-pocket. Okay, And so you'll have a build a pocket. You're going to add a stamp somewhere like this. You're going to have your cover panel that has at least 2 pieces. You're going to have a second tuck that is fussy cut. Okay, a second tuck that is fussy cut. Then for embellishments, you're making your hidden paper clip for your closure, your matchbook style mounted card, a card with a double mounted item, and a simple card with your stamp. Okay, simple card with the stamp, double mounted card, matchbook mounted card, matchbook mounted card. Don't forget your panel and your pocket. Okay, and then these were all extra. Okay, because I wanted to use up my stuff. Okay, and then this will come right here. And there you go. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.